You good? Everything's good? All right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I have to send you I have to, yeah. Yeah, I did that the other day with the public site one. So, yeah. All right. Okay. Thanks. Bye. Hi, Marty. Hi. You're on mute.
There you go.
There you go. How are you?
Yeah, how are you doing?
Good.
You don't know what a massive thing this is for me to learn this.
It's the way to go now. The phone calls are going to go this way. Everything's going to be like this from now on.
Jesus, I hope not. We're the only ones on this? Oh, somebody just came on.
Now, Rich and Paul are coming on.
I think Rich has got a poor connection. He's always breaking up and it's slowing
Yeah.
down.
Hi, Rich. Hi, Paul.
Yeah, I know. Can you hear me now?
I
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me
I can
now?
hear you. But
Yeah,
you're
we can
breaking
hear
up.
you.
Hello?
Okay.
All right. Hey, Marty, before the meeting starts, did you have the chance to look at that Benedict property?
At what property?
The Benedict, where the subdivision up there on Benedict Road.
Who's doing it?
Marty,
Who's doing it?
the subdivision that we were, who's doing it? It's,
Oh, well, I know. Yeah,
It's
DeMarco.
Rockwell. Is it Rockwell? It's not.
No, it's DeMarco. It's
DeMarco.
DeMarco and Bruno.
right,
Off of Benedict and it's off of Colonial.
correct.
Yeah.
You were gonna look into the assessments of that, if it was paid for
Oh,
before.
no, I didn't, Rich. The sewer assessments, right? Well, I gotta look them. You're right. That's my fault. I forgot.
All right, well, we need to look at it for next meeting, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that down.
Because I'm just curious if that was one lot at the time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I'll
Hi,
look.
Paul.
What?
I got so much crap going on now, Rich.
I know.
I spent yesterday, I spent 3 hours going through 10 pads that I had, trying to consolidate things that I'd written down and moving things around just so I know what the hell I'm doing. I mean, it's unbelievable. I never thought how much easier it was to have the people come into the office.
So what's for dinner tonight, Kathy? You're in the kitchen.
I'm always in the kitchen, but there's nothing cooking.
Rich, is Pete gonna join us or can he?
I think he called in one time. I don't know.
He
I
said,
haven't been working with him.
he said he was
I
gonna
haven't been working.
call in, but he said he couldn't talk last time he called in.
Oh.
Hey, he must really be concerned about this virus because I got a client who's selling a house and they need a little work done, very minor thing. And what happened was before I came here, I'm at the back where I'm doing copying and I hear the door open, my back door open, right? And then I hear it close and I look out and I see him getting in the van driving away. He dropped off the bill and left.
Yeah, he's still out there. I told him I wasn't gonna do it.
You know what we've been doing on Friday nights? Last couple of Friday nights, we got friends and they do either Zoom or they do Facebook. And there's the 3 couples and we sit around for like a couple hours BSing and drinking wine and whatever else you want to do, you know?
Hey, Bob, did you take a look at oil prices today?
I
Crude
heard-
oil fell in the $2 range.
That's why
You're mute. Unmute yourself.
We're gonna have to put all those oil burners back in the buildings.
I'll tell you,
No, I'm not.
You hear me?
I just unmuted you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you see it was Fast Freddy's was $1.89 today.
Yeah, I called up my oil company for pre-buy today, and they're willing to sell it to me for $1.79.
oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're going to hold it for 24 hours. I don't know. I looked at NYMEX, and there's no room for crude oil whatsoever. Apparently, it's being stored on ships and all over.
They're running out of
It
places to
still
store
may
it.
fall.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, see, who do we have here? We got me, Rich, Paul, Dino. Anybody know if Pete's coming?
I thought he was just here by phone, but now it's gone.
Ah, okay.
Then Kelly wasn't sure because he was working on the Greenwood Avenue water main.
Ah, okay. Well, I will call this meeting to order. Do we have any public on here? I don't think we do we?
No.
Okay, so call to order meeting of the Bethel Public Utilities Commission for Monday, April 20th, 2020. Let's see, first public input. We don't have any. Correspondence, everything, correspondence is uploaded to the site, right, Kathy?
Yeah.
All right. In that case, we will, hold on a second. Gotta turn off the damn phone. We didn't approve the minutes from March 16th because they were not in that packet last time. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of regular meeting of March 16th, 2020.
Second,
All right, I made that motion. Richie seconded. Any changes, any corrections? Comments? Hearing none. Those in favor? raise-
Hold on, Matt, I did have a couple of corrections, minor.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Kath, if you can jot these down, on page 2, where we did the motion to designate the streets in the 2021 water mains that we were going to submit to DPH. You had a couple of sizes where you had the old sizes. I think we wanted the new sizes on there. So for Pleasant Street, should be changed from 4-inch to 8-inch. And from Fleetwood Park should be changed from 4-inch to 8-inch.
Okay.
And I had 2 other minor ones. Page 3. Item number 2 on my director's report talked about Greenwood Avenue. You had the very last sentence where you said 2 runs. Just add the words hydraulic model after 2. So it should say 2 hydraulic model runs.
All right.
And my last one, on item number 3 from that director's report, where you had Weston and Sampson scheduled to begin work, should be National Water Main Cleaning Company.
Okay. Got it.
Thanks.
Okay, any other corrections? All right, hearing none, I'll amend my motion to say approve as amended, as corrected. Rich, you're still seconding?
Yes, yes,
All right.
yes.
Those in favor signify by saying aye. Raise your hand.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries.
Aye.
Next is I'll put a motion on the floor to approve the minutes of the special meeting of Tuesday, April 7th, 2020.
Second,
Okay,
second.
any comments or corrections on those? And hearing none, those in favor? Aye. Any
Aye.
opposed? That motion carries. Bob, you're on. You want to do the financial report?
Sure. I'm unmuted, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So the report was out there on the website on Friday. Both water and sewer are showing surpluses. The big items in the water department is the capital improvements, and that's detailed on page 4. The biggest one in the capital improvements is the Grasso Company for $357,897. And then you have some smaller ones, True Blue for $16,450, Wright Pierce for $16,265, National Water Main for $6,554. And then, although it's in contracted services, I believe it's part of the capital improvements, Wright Pierce, another $48,898, and Zanelius, $5,000. And then the two trucks that are split between the two departments for $26,000. Everything seems to be okay in that department. In fact, in both of them. And then moving on to the sewer department, services and capital improvements are on page 9. Before I go there, page 7 shows one of the payments for the city of Danbury, 213. And I've got to move this around. The other payment is on page 9. We've made 2 payments this year so far for the sewer disposal. And then when you look at the capital improvements, you've got Western Sampson for $122,000, and then the other half of the truck for $26,581. Again, everything pretty much is in line, and unless you have some questions, that's about it.
Okay,
I have a question.
yeah.
Is National Water Main, that's not a water charge, is it? That's for the sewer, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah, you got that, Bob, you got National Water under the.
I know, and that's been posted to the water department, so, all right, we have to transfer that out then.
Right, it's gotta go
Okay.
to the sewer.
Okay,
It's a tricky name.
yeah.
All right. All
But
right, I'll make a motion.
I've got a quick question for Bob.
Oh, go ahead.
This was the last year for increases on water, correct?
That's right.
Yeah, and I guess we should be really start thinking about January or July. When do we want to look at the water side, especially? Do we have to look at increases?
We haven't spoken, Matt, and I haven't spoken to Dave Fox in a number of months, probably since the start of the year. So, and maybe the time that we try to get together with him, because he was working up some numbers on the new rates.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Well, we'll resurrect that when we get into the summer months, and hopefully, some of these restrictions will be lifted by then, and we'll be
Yeah.
drifting back a little bit more toward normalcy.
Yeah,
All
okay.
right, so I will put a motion on the floor that we accept the financial report as presented.
Second,
Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor?
aye.
Aye. Opposed? That motion carries. Moving on to invoices, we have 4 items on this sheet. I'll put a motion on the floor that we approve the invoices for PUC approval, regular meeting April 20th, 2020, in the amount of $142,473.71.
Second,
Okay, so 4 items, Wright Pierce, 2 from Weston and Sampson, and 1 from National Water Main. I'll give you a minute to look over those, see if you have any questions for Bob or Tom.
I have Bob, a question for Tom. Did we get a video yet of that repair that they did down on Maple Avenue? Tom, did we
Repair,
get that video of the repair on Maple Avenue yet?
I think you're referring to Plumtrees? The lining, repair that was done?
Yeah, is that Plumtrees there?
Yeah, that was Plumtree. Sorry, Rich, you're breaking up a little bit, so I think you're asking me about the repair done on Plumtrees, recently. Correct?
It looks frozen.
Yeah, it says bandwidth is low.
I'm not sure if you can still hear Rich, but I can tell you the piece of pipe or the 3 sections of pipe that were to be lined along Plumtrees from Maple Avenue Extension back towards the pump house have been lined. I think it was just 2 weeks ago, so I don't have a whole lot of data on what the flows are, but yeah, that's something we're going to look at here, real shortly.
I'm just curious to see how it worked out. That's all.
Yeah, they didn't have any problems. They did some grouting before the lining, and then they did the lining, and they reported no issues with it. So I'll have a pre and I'll have a post video, here as the project moves along. But my understanding was they didn't have any snags in the field.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, any other questions? Hearing none. So we have a motion on the floor to approve the invoices as recommended. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. That carries. Tom, Director's Report.
Okay, just a couple of brief updates. Greenwood Avenue, the water main repair contractor was out there today. And we cut into the pipe on both sides of the tracks. They did their CCTV and they cleaned the line. So we're all set and ready to go for the liner team to come in. We're leaving both holes plated. We've gotten that okayed with the state DOT. So we've got plates, they'll be pinned in place and with an asphalt ramp. And no surprises, so everything looked good. It cleaned up pretty well. Pipe looks in pretty good shape. So I don't have a date yet on the crew that's gonna come back and install the liner. I'm anticipating at this point next week. So I'll have more information at the next meeting for you.
Did it actually show where the break was when they videoed it?
It looked like they found a spot close to the tracks because after they cleaned it, it looked like then there was some evidence of groundwater coming back into it. So it looked to be a small fracture, close to the tracks like we suspected. Probably around 5 o'clock when you're looking at the diameter of the pipe. So towards the bottom.
Okay.
So as far as our sewer project goes with National Water Main cleaning, they've done all of the cured in place pipe portions. And in fact, that was the invoice that we just paid for $132,000 on that project. So they're about 58% done of all their work. At this point, there's some lateral liners to do, a couple of short liners, and some manhole rehab. So they've been working steadily, and that's been working out fine. And then my last item, the sub area 14 sanitary sewer evaluation that Weston and Sampson was doing, it is basically completed, and we're about to get ready to submit the final report to DEEP for their approval.
All right.
And that's it.
Okay, any questions for Tom? Other than, all right, moving on, nothing under new business, old business. Tom, I think you're up again. We got the drinking water application.
Yeah, we made the motion 2 weeks ago. I gave you the list of streets. If you recall, the project we're about to start, we had to cut Highview Terrace short a little bit between number 22 Highview and Lindbergh. And when I got the motion to go forward with the 2021 streets, I should have included that small piece and neglected to. So I would just like to have a motion to add Highview Terrace between number 22 Highview Terrace and Lindbergh Street added to the list of the 2021 water mains to be replaced.
All right, I'll put a motion on the floor that we add Highview Terrace from number 22 to Lindbergh Street for the fiscal year 2021 water main replacement project. Is there a second?
Second.
Rich seconded. Any questions?
All within the budget,
I'm sorry?
all within the budget.
Yeah, I'm gonna still target about $1 million worth of main replacements.
Okay,
So that it'll fall in that, right in that ballpark.
okay.
Tom,
Yeah,
Tom,
Go ahead, Rich.
are you doing the same thing? Are you putting an alternate in on there just in case something's over budget? We can take the alternate out.
well,
I don't know.
when we get closer, yes, I'll consider doing that. I know we put in whether or not the charter revision is approved at that point in time, but we've opened up the utility projects where we don't need a referendum until it reaches a $2 million level. So if we're slightly over $1 million, I'm not sure if I think we can probably just go ahead and do that if the commission is inclined. If not, I can definitely piece together an alternate.
That's gonna take a while to do that, because that's not even on the horizon yet to put that on
Yeah.
the referendum.
And I don't think you have to worry about it being changed. Now, it won't, at least till next November,
Yeah,
right?
right.
So, I mean, I would assume it's gonna go out to bid before November, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can be ready for that.
All right, any other questions? Okay, hearing none, we have a motion on the floor to approve adding Highview Terrace as recommended. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. Capital project status, Tom?
Okay, just a brief update. Chestnut Tank, the site contractor's been on site for a couple of weeks. He's done his erosion controls, his site clearing, and he's doing his earthwork now to get down to the, the proper grades for the tank. The other thing I'm waiting on at this point is for DPH to go ahead and authorize us to award the professional services agreement to Wright Pierce. For some reason, it's still on the commissioner's desk. So I'm waiting to get a signature back on that, and then we can finalize it.
They're self-isolating, I'm sure.
The Bergstrom well, we've signed the professional services agreement, and next steps will be to kind of schedule the pilot testing, and we'll be looking towards doing that here in the coming weeks.
All right,
The 2019 water mains, Earth Movers Inc. has been awarded the contract. I'm expecting them to be starting, I would hope this week. I've been in touch with them over the last week and a half or so, getting some more paperwork from them. And I've told them, hey, you need to get going. The winter shutdown period now is over as of the 15th, and we need to get started. So
yeah.
I'm waiting to hear back on a start date from them to firm that up. And lastly, our generator projects. I'm working on the next form that needs to be submitted to DPH, which is, it's called their authorization to commence work request. So I've got those kind of in draft form at this point, and I expect to be able to get those submitted this week.
You've already
Okay.
got bids on those, correct?
Correct. We did some time ago. So I'll be back in touch with the contractors, make sure they're
Valid.
still in the same ballpark as to where they were. I expect there might be a slight increase in those, but I don't think it's going to be anything substantial.
Okay. With earth movers, this is not a PUC issue, but have we heard anything back from Department of Transportation, on that retainage from the Hill project, from the Walnut Hill?
I haven't. Bob had been in touch with the individual over at DOT. I'll check again with him. If he's gotten nowhere, Matt, I'll let you know tomorrow.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Because it may be something we want to, like you say, go up the ladder a little bit.
Yeah, right.
I really don't know why it's taken this long to close that out.
Well, yeah, the engineer who was on that project retired and kind of dumped a load of stuff on somebody else's desk. And I think that, somebody who doesn't feel like they have ownership in this is just kind of waiting around to get to it, which may never happen unless we rattle a cage. So just let me know what I need to do.
Yeah, I'll check with Bob tomorrow and I'll circle back to you tomorrow.
Okay, great. So that's it for capital projects?
Yes, it is.
Okay, did Kelly join us or is he's still out on the
No.
site? Okay. All right. Well, that concludes our agenda. I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Oh, wait
I
a minute.
have a question for Tom.
All right, Rich, I'll try to
I have a
catch what you're
question.
asking here.
All right.
Go ahead, Rick.
I was up at the new tank site Saturday, I think it was, and the roadway that they cut in is awful muddy. Aren't they supposed to do a tracking mat in there with gravel to stop some of the mud from coming out?
Yeah, is it below grade though, Rich? I haven't been up there since probably the middle of the week. But yeah, that is something they're gonna gravel up that road. I think they're still in a cut situation.
All right. Well, they're going out to the right of way and it's getting tracked up. So
All right, I'll double check the
need
plan. I'm sure there's a
to
tracking pad
protect that
required.
area.
I'll take a look.
All right.
okay.
Any other questions?
Nope.
Okay,
Motion adjourned.
all right.
Motion
Motion
to-
by Rich. Who seconded?
Rich did. Yeah, I'll second it.
Okay, all right. If there's no other discussion, those in favor of adjourning signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you very much, everybody. That motion carries, and thank you for participating and have a lovely evening.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good evening.
Good evening.
Yellow.
See you later.
Bye.
These are fast.
Bye, everyone.